Sabrina. How are you?
Good, how are you?
What's new with you?
Just working. Tista has a show we're doing in February, March.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it's about Charlie Chaplin's Japanese limo driver, his driver.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
How are you?
Good. Very good.
Do you know anybody do you have any family in California?
I have a lot of friends that I've been talking to them.
My cousin is there, but he lives in Melrose. Right now he's doing pretty well because Melrose isn't like there, but yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Happening.
Yep. Hey, Byron.
Hello, my friend.
Hi.
I saw an old Beltane message. It said 3 to 5 on March. It said on March 11th, and I saw it as today. So I got kind of panicked.
No problem. Listen, I'll be right back.
Sure. So
Rachel, how's Rachel?
I don't think very well, but she seems to be on the mend. And see, the funny thing is, she has what I had, and mine's going away because I like really baby myself this time. I just, I get invited to things in New York, and I'm not even traveling. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not doing anything because for now until springtime, I'm just going to take it easy because I don't want to have like strange. I've been to urgent care twice.
Okay.
But
we got about 3 to 5 inches of snow yesterday, last night. Down here in Winston-Salem, right? That's like, okay.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this is the storm that's hitting all across the South. And so it's disrupted a lot of airlines and stuff, but you know what? I'm safe and secure. It's nice and warm.
That's what matters.
So thank you. I hope you all are okay. Happy New Year, folks.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Oh boy, what a year.
Byron.
Yes.
Is this just a business meeting?
Yeah, this is not a rehearsal. We just wanted to discuss the calendar.
Discuss when we're going to read it again?
Yes.
Because I'd like to hear it again so
me
that
too.
we can send it out.
Absolutely. So basically, just to go over the calendar and obviously send a prayer up for Rachel because we need her, and then talk about the screens.
Let's not talk about Rachel though. I mean, like you can all do a prayer at the very end, ask people to pray for her. But I don't think. I mean, I've gone. I've gone on a hiatus on airplay for months.
Yes.
I don't want to bother her. I don't want to think about this with airplay at all. And then the thing is, now this is just between us, okay? Please keep this between us. I found an airplay that I did on in Amazon. Now I asked Joe what he thought. It was one of the ones that he and Tim were in, and I said, "Are they charging for this?" They do charge for you to use that service. So they're making money off of my material. And I don't think Rachel gave them permission, but I'm not sure. And I don't want to bother her with that. Okay. So, there's a lot of the ones that we did, Byron. And I don't know, there was 10 years worth of stuff.
Right.
Even if they're making a small amount, they're making a lot of money from us.
And we're not getting any.
No.
They never think of the artist.
Of course not. Why would they want to do that?
But I own a lot of those scripts.
Yes.
The performances.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if Rachel sold that off to them or signed something she didn't understand. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Would you check it out, Byron?
Sure, not a problem.
That's the other reason I don't want this to go on airplay.
Okay.
I just don't think it. I think I found that out just in time for this because I think this one's a winner. Patricia and Paulie are so in love with this place.
I know.
It said how much you like it. John really likes it, and Byron really like it.
Are you also going to do Pollyanna?
Well, I like to do Pollyanna. If you can find a producer, please.
Yeah, we'll light a candle for that, for sure.
I have 2 versions of it. I'm working right now. It was just accepted with Next Stage Press. So we did a non-musical version of it too.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, if you know anybody, feel free, pass them along, give them the script, send them the link. But I do think that this has potential, and Patty sent me an email saying that it really has potential,
Well, John is researching the Atlanta market
Okay.
for us, since that's where he's located.
And
And
where are you?
something, and he's at, well, I'm in Winston-Salem, but here's something that's interesting. John is about to come on. But John and I had this conversation earlier this morning. Hey, John.
Hey,
Hello.
Happy New Year!
Hey,
Happy
yes,
New
sir.
Year.
So the fires out in LA, the studios are closed for an indeterminate amount of time, which means the market and the industry is taking a huge hit at this moment. And I've noticed recently on my social media platforms, people are sending me casting notices for films and requesting for scripts. This is the prime time to be involved, because even after the strike ended, it was 40% of Hollywood was only was working. The rest was still unemployed. So what's going on out there is going to have a tremendous impact on our industry, and I think we stand to gain with new material like this, because there's a backlog of releases already that were waiting to take off from the airport. So this is going to be worse than the pandemic for the film and TV industry.
I believe
It's
it.
really going to hit hard. And
I
so,
believe it.
and I mean, when you start to hear the damage accounts,
Oh
and
yeah.
then the amount of the entertainers whose homes were completely lost,
Yep.
this is a major hit. So I think we can take this where we want to. And John had just indicated that you and I were looking at some of the venues in Atlanta and around there for potentially for this particular project. And I think that's critical to where once we do the Zoom meeting of this,
Yeah.
maybe for us, and this is open for conversation for everybody. Hello, Patricia. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you.
Hi, good to see you.
Patricia, Byron, Sabrina, you met Sabrina.
Oh yeah.
And John.
Yes.
Yep.
We're all good friends now. We're family. We're backstage and on stage family. This is how we're going to do this. So, but the notion is, how do we prep this particular reading that we will do, or for a Zoom presentation? Perhaps we should look beyond just a Zoom and think of it as a marketing piece to
Promo.
send out as
Yeah, I agree.
promo.
I agree.
Because I think, like I said, the market is saying to me right now, folks are looking for new material that they weren't asking for before.
Right.
There's a move going on. So, and here comes Matt.
Here comes California. How you
That's
doing?
right. Yeah, Matt, how are you? Hello, Matt. We see you. We don't hear you yet. There you go. I heard the bass.
Yeah, I think if we do a
There you go.
promo, I think
Yeah.
it's really good
Yes.
with Matt and Sabrina's voices back and
Yes.
forth.
Yes.
And then do a scene and then another scene, another short scene. But I think you're absolutely right with a promo idea. How are you, Matt?
Yeah, Matt, how's things
I'm
going?
doing well. How goes it?
You're not near the fires, are you?
No, several hundred miles away.
That's what I thought.
Oh, pray. Indeed.
Yeah.
It's devastating to even watch
Ugh.
it.
Oh my
But,
God.
yes.
I know it's I mean, well, one of the talking heads, I think it might have been this morning, I met it last night, was saying, there's no longer a fire season here. We're accustomed to having the fire season, right?
Yes.
And we have a lot of fires, and some of them are worse than others. But it's all year round now. I mean, look at this.
Yeah,
Dead
it's
of
great.
winter. Dead of winter.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's indeed crazy, but I'm glad you're safe and secure.
Yeah.
Well,
You
thank you.
know?
I am as well, believe me.
Absolutely.
Hi,
So,
Paulie.
Hey, Connie, what's
hey,
shaking?
Paulie. Hey,
All
Paulie.
right, Byron.
Indeed,
Paulie,
good to see you
Back
guys.
again.
Yes,
Yeah,
and I think we're all here. Let's see,
I
one, two,
think
three,
we're
four,
all
five, six.
here.
Yeah, yeah,
Byron, with
yes.
that said about
Yeah.
treating this reading as a promo,
Yes.
thinking we ought to pick and choose the scenes.
Yeah. Well, John and I had a brief conversation about the look of it. Three kind of variations on what do we want to see as a visual. We
Mhm.
know it's this, we know it's the Labor Department for the unemployment, Social Security routine. Yes, I think that would be a good visual of a counter, the ticket pull thing that you got to go in and wait your number to be called. We've all had to
Yeah.
do that at one time.
Do you think we should get like artistic with that? Do you think the
Yes,
background?
yes,
Okay.
and here's the reason why.
Get
We're
a
on a
huge one.
box.
Get a huge
That's
one.
right, huge one. That's right, because remember, we're in the box.
And you rip off, takes two hands to rip off this
That's
ticket.
right, exactly. And so, but I think that because a script is always important because we're focusing on the language, but because visually, this has an impact of even being more better received, I think, with visual. Hey, darling, I'm on my Zoom. This has a visual reality to it that if we
Mhm.
do the unemployment office, that's one little scene. The next scene would be the deli, which would give us another look because that's where a principal part of this play takes place inside that deli, waiting. In fact, the first moment is anybody sitting next to you at the in the unemployment
Right.
office, and then we go from there. I can get you lunch, fine. But then here's the trick: coming back to the next scene, which is from backstage, looking out, because
Mm.
everything that's going on is behind the scenes.
Right.
So that if we could have that backstage look with the spotlight on stage, this would help
Sure.
allow us to have the narrator be the spotlight.
Yeah, I agree.
You
I
see,
think,
and then it becomes a visual perception that because and John, I told John, I said, this is almost like a Saturday Night Live sketch, okay?
yeah.
And you go those little
Where,
pocket blocks that they're
where
in.
you pull back and you see the
Yeah.
backstage.
Exactly, exactly. And so that I mean, visually, I think that would help the piece itself because then it lends itself to the farce, the comedy that we're trying to establish. It's not really a serious piece because then we have hidden identities. We got people who are changing characters, who are really characters from before. And so it's like making sure, and I love the fact that Paulie and Patricia want to work in the same space because that allows for the intimacy and the flirtation parts to work even better. And so the rest of us could be where we are, but I think
Well,
that's a critical part as well.
I
That's my thoughts.
I think that works because they are shown as a couple all the
Yes.
time. And then when
Yeah.
John comes in, it can be only John. You don't
Yeah.
have to have them on the pictures. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
And John and I figured we know the character that he's playing because we worked for him in Atlanta.
well, thank
If
you.
you, so we know that character well.
Thank
His
you.
name was a Greek impresario, Christopher B. Manos. Okay, Theater of the Stars, and then I mean
Mm.
down to the T. So, but once again, it's highlighting a caricature. Most of this is all caricature anyway. So I think if we play it in that vein, it sells well. And ultimately, I think whoever sees it as a producer or a potential investor will see it as something exciting and comic relief. We're going to need a lot of comic relief these upcoming days,
I want to say something. Patricia sent me an email saying that she really likes this. She wants to see it done. She wants to do it. And she said I can't quote you, I'm sorry, Patricia, but it's between the madcap, the romance, blah, blah, blah. And it hit me that she said that between the madcap, the romance, blah, 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 there's truth that's so relevant for today. And it hit me, that's correct. When Paulie and I first started, I wrote this as a one act. As most of you know, I pop out of one act and then I go into a bigger piece with it. That's been my mode lately, the last 5-10 years. But the interesting thing is, I start thinking about it. I start thinking about, like, when I talk to different people, how you doing? Well, I'm hanging in, you know, and it's not just about the political climate, it's about the world climate.
My gosh.
You know, what's going on, whatever's going on is, yeah, exactly. People, Matt, you and I have talked about this at length. Paulie and I've talked about it at length. The idea that we're so divided and fragmented right now, we are socially insecure. You know, we're socially inept. What's the word? Inept. You know, we don't even know how to be. Part of me doesn't even want to go out anymore, and that's so weird for me because I'm an outer. You know, I'm always out. But you know, and it's not about something really bothered me the other day. And I just couldn't even think about it. Like, I just couldn't even think about going anywhere or doing anything, you know. It might have been that shit. Yeah, it was that shooting. And I just, you know, I said to myself, this is, you know, like, why? So that said, I think this is an important play, and I'm always sold on something that's an important play. Not because I wrote it, because I wrote, you know, I have over 50 plays, and I just, you know, I don't hold any of them dear until I realize that they're valuable to society. You know, I never make any money, but somebody's making money. I was telling Byron and Sabrina and Matt, I think you know about this. Paulie does. My plays are selling on Amazon, and when I just recently took Candle Dancing off a Haas and Jenkins publisher because they weren't selling it at all, and I put it out through Leicester Publishing, theatrical publishing. It's out on Amazon, and the one guy says that he has numerous copies available. You know, it's like, whoa. And I never got a royalty. I never got one penny from these people.
Really?
You know, not even one. They said you have to meet a quota to get your royalties. You know,
What
it's
the
like,
hell does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know, but you know, it's frustrating.
Is
And
this your old publisher or the new one?
the old publisher.
Oh, okay.
I had, at first it was published by Tate. And then Tate went out of business because they were corrupt. They actually got sued and were corrupt. And then I met a fellow and he said, you know, I have a new publishing company, a friend that can probably do this. And he put it out there, and it, you know, it's a book publisher, so it wasn't. But at the same time, this play is very, very, very powerful. It's Candle Dancing, and some very magical moments happened with it when I produced it in '99 in Pittsburgh. And I'll tell you guys about it some other time, but you know, this play is turning out to be a similar character. When I read Patricia's words, and I know Paulie and I talked about it at length when he helped me develop it from the one act. And we just start talking. And like I said, I wrote this in an email, but in case any of you missed it, no matter where this play goes, no matter what it does, you will own a piece of it. That's the way I am. That's the way I feel. I can't pay you for your talent right now, but you know, I can certainly divvy up the profits if we ever make one. Yes, we will. We will. But no,
You're saying we too cannot be paid by Amazon.
yeah, no. Oh, and that's why I wanted to tell everybody. I told Paulie this. My work is on Amazon and I'm not getting a cut of it. And the funny thing is, I found an airplay on Amazon. I've been doing airplay over 10 years. So Byron and I did a lot of work on there, and Matt did as well. And I don't want this to go on airplay. I just decided, especially with Rachel sick, I don't want to bother her with this because she's still not well. But if she asks me about it, I'll tell her that we went another avenue with this, because I think this one's going to be worth something. And I don't want anybody to just have it, because, and again, I don't want it to be done. I don't want it to go out to the world and be done without the grace and charm that I know you guys can put together. You know? So that said, there's no airplay in sight.
Okay.
But I do think what Byron's saying, and him and John talked about doing it as a promo, I think that's a really important thing. My question to you is, are we going to do this all at once and then pick the pieces? Is that what you're thinking?
It's, I think it all depends on the editing. When you really come back to it, if you're looking for the pitch deck,
Okay.
yeah, that would be the perfect thing to do instead of giving it all away in one viewing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
I'm saying is, just for our purposes
For
here,
our purposes,
are
yeah.
we going to do the whole play as a read through and then
We-
go and pick and choose ones to
Oh,
I
read?
think
see what you're saying,
I
yeah.
think we should, yes, do the whole thing. We need just for the experience of the chops, hearing it and getting it out of our theatrical system.
Okay.
Yes, get it up all together, and then come back and take a look at it for the pitch that you want to do for promo.
Sounds good to me.
And then
Anybody, John, did you?
Yeah, you know, so what we're looking, I got my audio on, okay. What we're looking for is, you know, produce a sizzle reel that's going to be captivating. So we're going to have, you know, the initial number thing at the Social Security office. And then you, Coni and Byron, as you listen to it today, you know, try to figure out those little vignettes that will transition powerfully to convey the you know, the ambiance that we're trying to build, you know. And then we'll put it together.
Yeah, I mean, because ultimately, when we have a chance to go back and take a look at it, we'll see what we can gussy up for a pitch to promote.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easy part. It's all in the editing at that point.
So at this point, do you want to schedule a rehearse, a read through, the read
Yeah,
through?
oh yeah, we should do that. Just to
Okay.
keep it, just to continue to keep it on up in front of us, because I'm sure, like many of you, over the next couple of weeks, we'll be either auditioning or looking to wherever we can get work we can at this point, because it's I know I got 2 or 3 projects that I'm working on right now, and the focus that I can give to this is right now is perfect, and I don't want to lose that forward thrust that we initiated back in 2024.
Yeah.
And so I think with the fact that Patricia and Paulie have done some side work, it's exciting. I'm glad, because it's how they come off as an intimacy helps to sell the story more than anything else.
Yeah.
And so and then I think if we're going to do something within the next couple of weeks, yeah, that would be perfect.
It's been a month. It's been a month since we rehearsed, so you got to keep it fresh.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
So
Totally.
anybody have anything for next week? You want to try next week?
Well, I got my calendar ready, guys. Let's take a look at those moments that are possible. Today is the 11th. Next week, my calendar right now is on Thursday. I've got a full day, but the rest of the days are available. Saturday, the 18th, is a full day for me. And I work from home, folks, so it's okay. I mean, it's really up to your availability. So I just take a consensus, and I'll set up the Zoom details.
What about earlier in the week? What are we talking? Matt's the only one that's on the West Coast, but Matt Matt is also
I'm pretty flexible though.
yeah, he's wonderful. Sometimes we get together at 7 a.m. there, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
Since
Yes, I know.
Since this is Saturday, guys, not to push us into a box for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what about Friday? Take a look at your
Friday.
schedules, yeah.
Friday would be
Friday
better
eve-
for me than Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday are kind of bollocks
Yeah,
up already.
my Fridays are pretty much open right now.
So a Friday evening, that way we can schedule it so knowing East Coast, West Coast time. So if we do like around a 6 o'clock, that's 3 o'clock your time, Matt.
Easy,
And then
yeah.
all the rest of us are on Eastern Standard Time. So that if that can be accommodating to all, we can set that in stone now. And then I'll set, and if there's anybody has a conflict, that gives us enough time to accommodate anything between now and next Friday.
Okay, I'm
Right.
looking 1 second. I have kids coming in from out of town here. What day is she coming in? Want to pick her up at Newark.
Well,
And
you know,
also yeah,
if you
Matt, go
wanted,
ahead.
if you want to do earlier in the day on Friday, that would work for me too. So
I'm available as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm trying to, with the 3 hour
Oh,
difference.
no, I'm
Sure.
good. It's
Okay.
Thursday, January 30th.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's-
that
Oh.
weekend,
if
I'm
you want to
good.
if you want to do a 6 a.m. Eastern time, I'm sorry.
Not happening. I love you, Matt. but
Yeah,
that's
it's not happening here either.
The other thing is, and John and I can look at sets, concepts,
Yeah,
so that
well,
we can try a few things out, just to take a look. It's just a rehearsal anyway, but it at least gives
Yeah.
us something to
We
consider
need to,
along the way.
when we do this read through, do we want to have Patricia and Paulie together? Like they were planning on it?
It would be an asset.
Then
That's
we,
the only hook right there that we need to know because
Yeah.
then we can do the intimacy thing. It'll be a lot easier.
Is that
Yeah.
geographically easy or not?
well, if
Well,
they get a room at the plaza, we'll put it on the expense account.
Yeah, right.
We'll be all right.
thank you. My producer's talking.
You can write it off next year's taxes, right?
Exactly. Do I get a
Motel
bit of a
eight
rider on my
and
contract too?
Well, I mean,
Yes, I love
if
it.
the plaza's booked, we'll
Well,
do the Sherry Netherlands.
if we have an expense account, I'll be glad to fly out.
there you go. Well,
I would
let's
just
go
need to
on.
know that date as soon as possible to
Yeah.
clear the space
Yeah.
at the Open Eye Theater.
Okay, so right now we can say we're confirming the 17th, 6 p.m. And that gives you a chance to check it out so that you and Patricia can plan to be in that same space together. Now, probably at the point at
With
which,
you, Patricia, do we need to talk about that or?
No, I think it's okay. I think so. This is a rehearsal,
yes.
correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, because it would be better to do a rehearsal together and see how it works.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like my biggest thing is, am I going to be able to see the script? If we're back a little ways, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Well,
mean, what
know what
I
you
plan on
say, yeah.
doing is having the computer, probably yours is a better one than mine, Patty. And I will have script in hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say that exact thing. That's kind of
Um,
artsy anyhow, right?
well, there are a couple
What do you
ways to
guys
do
think?
that.
Go ahead,
You can
Byron.
have the script in hand, but here's something I've noticed doing so many Zoom meetings. Script in hand does this,
Right,
Uh,
right.
and that's half second takes away from but putting it on your screen can then be enhanced from your point of view, so that if you need the Eisenhower version, you can kick it up 150%, and it's right
Yeah.
there in front of you. See,
Yeah.
I think the other key to our Zoom presentation is think of this as film, make love to the camera, because we're talking about an intimate relationship. And ultimately, the camera is the eye. And so if we're presenting this for someone else to view it, we need to see that. Now, for the rest of us, yeah, we're not in the same locale, but for these two, and remember, Coni, when we did My Dinner with Mary at the Players Club.
Yeah,
Both Marys were sitting right there in the library with their computer, and you never knew that they were not together using one screen because they were right next to each other. They could reach across and touch each other, and we saw all of that, but it was on two separate computers. And I think
There's a
that
problem
really
with
did
having two
work.
computers on at the same time on Zoom. Doesn't
Yeah,
that create
no,
some difficulties?
no, not at all. Not at all,
yeah.
because I
There's
mean,
been times that we've had feedback.
yeah, but we have to play whatever we can make work. It's a
Okay.
technical thing more than anything else.
Then I'll clear the space and
yeah.
we'll each bring a computer and see what the next thing we have to do is.
Yeah. Now we did have, remember,
They have a
Connie,
show that night.
at the theater.
Yeah, at the Open Eye. The 6 p.m. on a Friday is kind of risky, and let me look and see if they have.
I think it's the 18th.
Okay, that's a Saturday.
Is
This-
there any way we could do it a little earlier in the day?
Without a doubt.
Okay with that?
Yeah, see, we're dealing with Patricia, we're dealing with the 3-hour difference. So Matt, we can accommodate, but he's saying he's available for early as long as it's not 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's okay, Matt. No way.
So we give him that latitude all of us can rest. We old people now. So
Well, see, that's the
You
thing.
don't
I've
even
got
have
an
know the
hour
half of it.
drive and Paulie's got an hour and a half drive.
yes.
I'm looking at their shows. They have a show January 18th.
Yeah, so this is the 17th.
Yeah, but they may have a rehearsal in the space.
That's possible.
I'll call Amy and find out
Okay.
what the deal is.
Okay. And we
So,
can
so right now it's the stay on the 17th until we find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Okay,
don't-
and-
maybe Patricia, do you want to do earlier in the day? Could we do
Okay.
set
If
it for
that's
earlier
possible.
in the day?
What would be your best time, Patricia?
Noon?
Noon, is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's
Noon.
9 a.m. West
That's a
West
little
Coast time.
early for Matt.
Okay,
right?
how
No.
about 3? No, don't worry about that right now. Just is
Okay.
3 good?
Or how about
2?
2? Paulie, does that work for you?
Yeah, that'd be fine by me. It's just a
Okay.
matter of whether they're having a run through or doing any
Yeah.
tech on the 17th.
Yeah.
We may have to do something. It may have to be at like 10 o'clock in the morning our time.
That's okay.
Okay. You'll let us know, Paulie.
That's pushing it, but it's okay.
Yeah. You'll let us know.
Well, I'll call Amy tonight and get the skinny.
And on my end, it's a matter of just editing the time frame on the Zoom.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna set the Zoom up after this meeting so that I can lock it in, and then if we need to make the change on the time. Yeah.
I was thinking, do we absolutely need a theater space?
No.
Could we use like one of you meet at each other's houses or no? Is that too far? Or is that like a midpoint for you guys?
That's kind of a midpoint. I mean, if there's a problem with that, Patty, I'd be perfectly willing to come to you.
Okay, we
Okay.
we can figure something. Yeah.
Okay.
Something out.
Yeah, John, you wanted to say?
Yeah, Friday's a work day for me. I've got an IT gig. I don't know when I'm going to be finished. I'm planning on being finished by 3, but it's in town. I got an hour drive in traffic, but it won't be like today when we're iced in. So I think Friday would be good. But I'm going to have to, earlier than 3 o'clock is not going to work for me. So
Okay.
sometime after that.
Okay.
And then
About
in answer to the 2 computers together on Zoom, you just turn the volume down on one of them so they don't compete with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Okay.
Then can you hear on Zoom? Will you be able to hear like if
Yeah,
Paul?
Well,
you'll
you
be
hear the
hearing
other
from-
computer.
If they're in the same place,
Yeah,
of
if they're
course.
both in the same space, you'll hear one laptop and not the other, and there'd be no feedback.
Right.
Well, they
Right.
wouldn't have to even sit across from each other. They could sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side by
Yeah.
side-ish, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
We'll try all the.
We need one
yeah.
computer.
Yeah. Thanks. It just really. So, but yeah, that can work. And so, Paulie and Patricia let us know.
Okay.
As I said, I'm going to go ahead and set up the Zoom today. So if we have to change the time, not a problem. I can
Okay.
do that.
Okay, so
Friday the 17th.
John's not available till about 4. Is that correct?
You said Friday the 17th at 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
We'll set it for 4 p.m. and if we have to make a different time, you will let us know, guys, and we'll make accommodations for that. Cool. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions on the script? The script is, it's the most recent. I made a couple of changes. I made a couple changes from your comments. But the big difference in this script is I tailored the character of Patricia to be a little more feminist, to stand on her own 2 feet. And I kind of stole from Ibsen. If you're going to steal from the best, right? I said, I've always been, she says, I've always been somebody's mother, somebody's husband, somebody's daughter, somebody's wife. You know what I mean? So she goes into this tirade before she runs out. And that's an old time understanding of what it's like to be suppressed because of your gender, your nationality, your race, nation, class. You know what I mean? Because people pigeonhole you, and women have gone through that a lot. And, that was in A Doll's House, So it's been, it's a very well-known thing. I don't think it hinders the play. I think it only helps it. So keep that in mind, Patricia, when you read that section again.
Good. Okay. Yeah. When will Nora stand up?
Now, one of the other things that gives us a chance to do this rehearsal is character development, because I know you all have some ideas and concepts that you are just dying to put out there. And I say, go for it. Don't underplay. Take it over the top. And
you can always pull it back.
We can always pull it back.
Most people can.
Yes. And the other side is, because we're videotaping anyway, I send back the videos to you. So we get a chance to see ourselves and then realize how we can either make it better or
we can groan and
say, we'll do that too. That's right.
Do we have to look at them?
So, okay, I have an idea, and this could be really weird, but for the promo, I think, well, first of all, let's go through and see who's reading what. Can we decide who's reading what? We know Patricia, we know Paulie, we know John, but Sabrina and Matt, what are you reading? Because I don't think I took stock of all the ancillary characters.
Well, I think
I'll read whatever you want me to.
Yeah.
I know, but
is that
that's an actor's heart.
I can be taller, I can be shorter.
I
can do yeah.
Port in any storm.
Well, I think, well, we know Matt was doing
the last time.
Matt was doing the narration the last time.
Yeah.
Right.
And what did Sabrina read?
And Sabrina did, what did Sabrina do?
I think I did like a stranger of some, I think I was like one of the strangers.
Yes.
That's what I mean. We don't have those clear in the script yet.
Yeah.
So what do we have? Okay.
Let's take a look at the script.
Okay, so the guy comes in, the guy with the mask on, wasn't that Matt? Wasn't Matt the guy in the mask?
Well,
Sandy.
Yeah.
I tried to fix the clarity in this scene that Paulie
Okay, here's the script.
Okay, all right, let's just look at it.
So we're going past
Sunny.
Go to the cast. Go to the cast thing.
Oh, you didn't give us one.
Stranger Sunny.
I never made one?
Nope.
No,
no, you never did.
This is a problem.
Okay, the guy in the mask is Stranger Sunny.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Sunny.
And it's a ski mask, right?
It's a ski mask, right.
And it's got to be ugly from 7-Eleven.
That's right.
Macy's, actually.
Right. Macy's, right. So we have Stranger Sunny. We've got Okay, this is end of Act 1, Scene 1 coming up. Got Michael, Stranger Sonny, Patricia, Stranger Sonny,
Harvey.
Harvey, yes. And then we come back to,
So who's reading Sonny, Matt?
I can do that. I'm a bit
He
old for the
did-
part, but that's okay.
yeah,
You
I
can have
think
a
he,
mask on, right? I mean,
Well,
seriously.
no,
you're-
at one point he takes it off.
yeah, he does take it
Ah,
off.
yeah.
Ah, the reveal.
The reveal, yeah.
Oh, the half
Reveal.
mustache guy.
So we got second act now, because the most of the changing of the characters is in the second act when we get to the backstage stuff. So we're looking at, okay, this is scene 5, the wings. I think a lot of it takes place here. Patricia, Harvey, stage manager. We got stage manager.
Oh, okay.
I would do stage manager, I
Yeah,
guess.
we got actor Michael.
No, not if you're doing, yeah, see, I tried
Not
to
if I'm
look
doing
this up.
Stranger Sonny, no.
Yeah, you can't do
No, I
that.
think you should do Stranger Sonny.
Oh, okay.
Because I need somebody with a half mustache if we're gonna like at least do a shot at him. Or we cannot take his mask off.
Right. Well,
But
that's
then it becomes Michael. And see, the thing is, I think that Matt and Paulie have very similar voices. Not similar, but you know what I mean? At least it's a match. If we put Sabrina in as Sunny, it's a way different voice, right?
Yeah, I hope
Oh, wait a
so.
minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I don't know.
anyhow, so I think
How's
she
how's your
should be-
baritone, Sabrina?
Excuse me.
Okay, so Sabrina does stage directions and
So that's
And-
it. Yeah, good. Those were your stage manager, the stage directions, Matt and the Michael Sonny thing.
Yeah.
And that's your character breakdown right there.
right. I don't think I did any cops or anything like that. They're non-speaking, but we
Yeah.
need to put them in the character list. I wanted to go through to make sure that that last scene was clear, not the last scene. What happened? Oh, back to reality, the diner.
Yeah, this is right back when we
Yeah.
come back to the final scene.
It's Sonny's in that too, right?
I
Yeah,
think
he's
right
the
at the end. Yeah, he's the waiter. Yeah,
Yeah.
there he is, right there.
There he is. Yeah.
All right. Well, so Sabrina, you're on stage directions and the stage manager.
Okay.
That'll be
Good
great. And Sabrina, we can work you in as the if we keep the stage directions as the spotlight, you might
Okay.
as well say, then we can that hides your cover right there. So then when you
Nice.
come back in as the stage manager, obviously the clipboard, the whole routine, you got to have that. Maybe even the headphones on.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys think about it. Somebody let me know, or Byron will send out the link.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send that out to you guys today so we can have Patricia and Paulie set up, making sure to confirm 4 o'clock is the time, not the 6 o'clock. And then we can go from there. And Don and I will go through the script again so that between now and next week, top of the week, we can, if there's any notes that we can bring in and share with you, we'll do that between now and next Friday.
Yeah, and I've been going through some stock photos, and I'll send them. I'll copy you on them, Coni, so that we can make some choices and get that backdrop situation,
Yeah.
at least preliminary started. So we got to look, touch, feel for this piece as we move on.
And try this for an idea, John. I think
Oh,
if
we had Ken as Sonny.
had Ken as Sonny.
Yeah, that was what.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. So
Couldn't make it
the
today.
keep him in
But-
the next thing.
Yeah, we'll go through it again, and John and I
Okay.
will take a look at that. But I really thought I liked the idea of Sabrina as the stage manager.
Yeah.
So we'll figure this out.
I
That's
think
why you got two
thought about that
directors.
too. I think the stage manager should be more present in the play within the play.
The play within the
I mean,
play, exactly. From the
yeah.
backstage moment, you know, it's like
Yeah,
the producer's backstage, the stage
Yeah.
manager's backstage.
yeah.
So there, yeah. So John, we got to do some work, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I have
So,
a technical
sure.
question.
Put Ken on the and Ken's also very good at doing audio stuff. Matt and I
Yes.
did a piece last summer with him with audio.
Okay. Okay.
And if you want to use them, I mean, you don't have to, but you know, we could talk to him about it too. But put him on the email announcing the next meeting
Absolutely.
to see what happens.
Okay. Cool.
My technical
Paul.
question is, can I was told I could pin in the participants. If I pin Patty, then she will be like larger on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Is that so that I would
There's-
see more than just a little tiny box?
We'll see what we can do.
That,
I mean, well, for
you're
tonight,
talking Zoom. Yeah, Zoom
Yeah.
works that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Totally.
you'll have the other participants in little smaller boxes on the side,
Okay.
so you can see other faces
And
too.
so part of the screen will be
Guys,
scripts.
be in the same box. Wouldn't you be if you two were on the same camera?
If you're in physically in the same place.
Yes, but we're talking about two
Okay.
different computers now.
Right.
okay.
I'm talking
Why don't
about
you just use
tonight's
one?
rehearsal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, see the gallery. I think if you go to gallery, there's in the view.
Right. Then there's
There's a gallery.
something
There's
else,
a
more,
pen. There's a
pins.
right.
speaker. There's
Yeah.
multi-speaker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Engineering.
have my-
I am.
So I have
Pen is
mine
what
on
you're
gallery.
after.
Yeah,
Pen is what you're after there, Paulie.
Right.
Okay.
But those are the kinds of things we can play with in the rehearsal process. So
Yeah.
we're gonna take a look at everything and come up with a master plan after we see what we got. And of course, viewing it, Paulie, we'll all get a chance to see how good we were.
Well, and at least this way I get to see her strikingly beautiful face for the whole
Oh
time.
my goodness, there you go.
Ah, lovely, lovely.
See, they've been practicing, y'all. See, I gotta watch these two. All right, guys. Anything else? We're good. I'll send a videotape. I'll send a link to this because we taped it, and you'll have a copy of this to review as well.
Very
And
good.
as soon as I have information, I'll email everyone.
Thank you,
Actually,
John.
Michelle is producing the show on the 18th, so I can call her, find out if it's viable,
Okay.
and then they get a clearance from Amy.
Okay. Very well. Excellent.
Who's
Thank you all.
Who did you say?
Okay.
What did you say, Paulie?
Michelle is.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you, John.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, God. Be careful, y'all. Be
Powerful
safe.
feedback.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks.
go Steelers,
warm.
go Steelers.
Sure, why not?
And most importantly, 29 days till pitchers and catchers.
There you go.
Ooh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Y'all are counting the days already. I love
Oh,
it.
I start in August sometimes.
All right, it's
Well, that's
236 days until Augusta National. How about
Oh,
that?
now we're talking.
Oh my
Go. Yay. All right, guys. Love you
Right,
all.
talk
Peace
to you
out.
soon.
Love you.
Right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.